Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Dose. Jereme Kleven here, joined by Mark Hutchins, the Magic Man.
Thank you.
Yes. It's back.
It's back.
And the beast behind the glass, Mr. Byron Filson. Gentlemen, we are just on fire over here. We're going from one special guest to another. If you can't hear, let's just hear another
If you don't know who that
I'm
is,
a special guest. I'm what they call in the business an SG. Special guest. Don't tell them my name yet.
Yeah.
Okay. We won't.
Guess.
We have a very, very special
Herb Peterson's in the building.
Herb Peterson.
Well-known Phoenix agent, Herb Peterson.
Herb Peterson.
We're having some fun. This is
yes, we are.
We'll start putting the pieces together. You're back for round two, so maybe that's a hint for some people out there.
Like I was on the Daily Dose every day for a week or maybe 5 weeks. I can't remember. About a year ago, and what happened is that everyone completely forgot what I said last time. So I'm going to do the same exact material again.
We're going to reiterate what happened.
I'm just going to tell you the same thing.
So if you haven't guessed by now, who is it?
It's me. Here's the thing. The actual rules for success never change. They never change. So when you have a valid principle, like I think the stupidest thing that I see in real estate is the idea that there is something new that's a way to get business that could matter.
Right.
That is retarded. There really isn't. And anyone who suggests there's this new thing, there's this new app, there's this new type of website, it's brand new, it's fantastic, it's unbelievable, it's remarkable. It actually isn't. It's this, whatever would have worked for real in 1910 to get business pretty much works today.
It does.
The principles of marketing, the principles of advertising, and in prospecting or in meeting people, what they're looking for has not changed. The internet didn't change it. The internet's not going to change it. People are looking, your future customers, are looking for someone who won't lie to them, who would put their interest first and tell them the truth. This is not a complicated thing.
The old school tactics are still good today, and some have evolved and changed and morphed into other areas or whatever it is. Or like you said, there's always this shiny new object out there, but the old school principles
still work.
They worked then and they'll work now. And they'll continue to work in the future. It just
we always say human connection. If you've got to connect with your consumer.
Right. And the idea there's some new amazing thing. Well, what's new? I mean, you have different things. I guess if someone is following Google metrics on a daily basis and going what the algorithms are. But if you're trying to be or want to be one of the top agents in town or one of the top agents, period, or just really, really successful, I don't really think Google algorithms or learning them or becoming an expert in them is your path to total success.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't think, as a matter of fact, you could safely never know them because I don't think the internet is the path to big success. The internet is a wonderful way to attract buyers, if that's what you want.
Right.
Yes, it is.
It is a wonderful way to attract buyers. It is not a wonderful way to attract sellers.
No, I agree.
So if you look at what do most successful agents' businesses look like, I mean, really successful, stable success. Those businesses, they are listers. They have a listing-based business. And they are predominantly geographic farmers. And if you examine the principles that work in geographic farming, you would be looking at the correct principles that would work in any way you're getting business. And there's some very fundamentals. Say it again.
That makes sense. I mean, it's funny. We were talking off air, and when you said about if you look at any of the top 1,000 agents in the country, their agent model or their model. Geographical farming will be one of their pillars or one of their main sources of business. And clearly it is for you. We're looking looking at a newsletter.
The geographical farmers are the ones that build the listing based or listing heavy business. So, how do you go about that? Right? You want to deliver, some nuggets for some people out there. How do we give our attention to the degree of obtaining more listings?
Well, the first thing is focus, like focus on listings. When you start in business, you are not going to be a successful geographic farmer. It's not because you're not experienced enough. It's because a geographic farm, to make it pay, takes a year or two. First year, you're lucky if you break even.
Right.
And you spend the money and time.
We say that too. Plan to fail for 12 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you could have, it takes maybe a couple of years to where you go, oh my God, I'm so glad I did this. It's now profitable.
Right. Plan to lose, right?
So long term, it is not a thing, it's the thing. Short term, it isn't anything. You get the difference. Like when you're first starting, but the emphasis would have to be on listings and working buyers. Is, and this is going to sound funny, but it's sort of a nonsensical thing to do, and you do it until you don't have to do it. When you have the ability to lead generate, which is the most important skill there is in the real estate business, of all the core skills that will make all the difference in the world, the one skill that matters more than all the others combined would be lead gen. Not lead conversion, that's a companion skill. But if you're good enough at lead gen, you can be awful at everything else and still succeed. If you're bad at lead gen, it won't make any difference how good you are at everything else, you'll still fail.
Because you won't generate any.
You don't have income. Right.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with how smart are you. There's some people in the business that are brilliant. They know all kinds of stuff, but they can't effectively lead generate. Therefore, they're not really in the business. You understand?
Gotcha.
So being that ability to lead generate, what makes geographic farming neat is long term, it's got this relatively soft approach. But if you go to that relatively soft approach, the successful, if you look at what is the successful principle in geographic farming that actually does work, it most certainly is not, buy now, call me immediately, 1 chance to buy this. People don't respond to that. They don't like it. That the idea that in all your marketing, you must have a call to action. Really? What stupid idiot dreamt that crap up? I look and go, do you think there's a customer you're really hoping to have that's so stupid that they won't know if they like your message to call you if your phone number is real obvious where it is?
Right.
Like
that
you
is
need to
well,
say,
that is the call to action.
yeah,
Right,
just put your phone number. So they'll know how to reach you.
So I got a question for you. So, let's take the clock back just a little bit. Let's go back to, let's go a little ways back here. Year one in real estate. Let's speak to the brand new agents out there. And so, year one for you, which was what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? No, I'm just kidding. We won't date you. You've been doing it a few years.
You won't date me because you're not gay yet.
Yeah.
But we're going to change that today too.
He said yet. That's awesome. Oh, that's good stuff. But for the newer agents out there, we're believers, and hey, correct us if we're wrong. I mean, we're believers, and for newer agents out there, you get business one of two ways. It's either marketing or prospecting. Marketing,
those are the only
right.
two ways.
Sure. Marketing costs money. Direct mail or geographic farming costs money. So for the newer agents, it's a lot of times not in the budget. When do you decide that you're going to turn that switch on and start reinvesting in the business? What is there a point? Is there a point in your business?
Good question.
Okay.
Great question. So let's go to the only two ways. The only two ways to get business is prospecting or marketing. There isn't a third one. Anything that can be done falls into one of those two categories. Prospecting is where you do something to reach toward the customer. Marketing is where you do something to get the customer to reach toward you. So that's it. The reason new agents should not spend money on marketing, because even if you have money that you could spend on marketing, you will waste almost all of it trying to, because what's your message? Well, I have this bright idea. Have you tested the bright idea? How bright is it? You just dreamt it up. You surveyed yourself, or you do something even more idiotic. Just start copying other agents. See some ad they wrote and go, I'll copy that ad. But have you verified that ad works for them? I can't tell you how many ads I've run that never got me a phone call, like in print and that sort of thing, where I spent a lot of money didn't work. I know agents who constantly try new things. Just constantly are trying new things, and they never did work. They never worked for anybody, but that doesn't stop. Sometimes agents get to a certain point where they have enough money to waste. The number of people I know over the years who have spent in the numbers of $25,000 on KTAR,
Right.
and the station before I got involved and after, they still come along and they get clipped for 25 grand because someone at the station tells them you need to have it for a 3-month contract to give the ad a chance to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a completely false statement. I can test any ad on any station for $1,000, $1,000, and I can test the ad. You either have bad copy or a bad station or both. So
interesting.
You get these false ideas that get passed along because someone who doesn't know what they're doing. There's an example of how, well, you have the money to waste, but when you're a new agent, you don't even know the right things to put in the ad. So copying someone else for an ad is not clever until you've learned enough to know what would people respond to.
So I guess the takeaway for the newer agents out there is you better think it through. Don't just fire.
But I want to take it further.
Yeah.
I want to take it further, Jeremy. The advantage of prospecting over marketing when you're new, a huge advantage.
Right.
If you're marketing, you could have a bad medium, like the way you're trying to reach them with that message, or you could have a bad message for any medium or a bad message for that medium. But if you're off just a little bit on your message, the whole ad doesn't work and you won't know what it was that didn't work.
It's very true.
When you're prospecting, translate, you're talking to people live. You have an opportunity you will never have in marketing, and that is you say something to them and you get this instant feedback. You can see their reaction. You can tell, like, they seem to like this, or good God, I'm just pissing the guy off. Or,
That's just
Change my approach.
Yeah.
That's just a great point. I love that.
So you have a chance to kind of vary your message while you're talking to
one call to the next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And you get a chance to find out what is it you do or say that works.
Yep.
And it doesn't cost you a lot of money to find it out.
I like this, and let's stop
was
for
gonna do
today
it too,
and
Mark.
go into well, let you do if you want to.
No,
because
it's
I
good.
got some questions about this because there's a lot of things that agents say in that first year. About some of these tactics, prospecting tactics. So real quick, guys, lunch and learn today, 11 o'clock at the office. Russ will be there cooking lunch.
I will make the lunch for
He's
you,
gonna be making,
and I will tell you, I'm a part-time realtor, but I have been a chef for a long time.
He's going to make paninis for everybody. He's going to bring the panini.
Russell, we have a lunch and learn in our Scottsdale office today with Miss Lizzie Hofer, who you know.
I know Lizzie, sure.
Who
She's a
you've masterminded with several times.
Mastermind.
We've been
Mastermind.
Byron loves when he said mastermind.
Mastermind.
He loves
It's
that.
not the filthy thing you think, Byron. So let's just be clear.
Oh, fine. All right, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you a little bit later today, guys. Go out there and get it. Talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.